Hello and welcome to Eurofootball Daily, where today we're looking at 10 teams who sold their most important players this season but have still got better. 10. Brighton. It should be obvious why Brighton are here at this point, but here's the short version. They've made profits in the last 2 seasons but have gone 16th to 9th and now to Champions League contenders in that time, despite losing a host of stars and their manager, and they continue to play some of the best football in the Prem, ranking 4th for possession, 4th for shots, and 3rd for shots against in a league rammed with cash-rich super clubs. This term alone, they've lost Trossard, Bissouma, Cucurella and Graham Potter, but they've scored just 1 goal fewer than Liverpool, and by expected goal difference per 90 they rank 14th in Europe's top 5 leagues, while the lack of a true focal point in their attack makes it all the more varied and exciting, with 5 players boasting at least 5 league goals. Arsenal and Manchester City only have 4 apiece. A new contract for Moises Caicedo suggests that players may now recognise the wonders the Seagulls work in developing them, and 7 consecutive years in the Prem, plus European football, could help them keep their stars for longer. If so, the sky's the limit for De Zerbi's men. 9. RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig may not have lost a single star this season, but they did sacrifice 2 starters, Tyler Adams and Nordi Mukiele, as well as moving on a bunch of prospects and gambles, letting Sorloth, Lookman and Brobbey all depart, turning a profit in the transfer market for a 3rd season running. Once heralded as true rivals to the German aristocracy of Bayern and Dortmund, expectations had faltered in Leipzig after the failures of Jesse Marsch and Domenico Tedesco. But the September appointment of Marco Rose, a Leipzig native, has got the Bulls charging again. By XG, the Red Bulls have the 2nd best attack and defence in Germany, no prizes for guessing who is first, but those season-long stats include Tedesco's 5 games in charge, opening the campaign with 2 draws, 2 losses and a single win. And if you look at only the games since Rose took over, Leipzig have the best XG difference and the most expected points, and only trail Bayern by 1 real point. With a 7-point gap to Bayern this year and Guardiola and Kunku soon to leave, it's unlikely the resurgence will be capped with silverware. But knowing Red Bull, new stars will take their place, and Leipzig could make good on their promise at last. 8. Lens. A surprise entry in Ligue 1's Champions League spots this campaign, Lens are 8th on our list and 3rd in their division. Coached by former B-team boss Franck Hez and fielding an unusual 3-5-2 formation, the club finished 7th in 2022 but lost Czech Doucouré and right-back Jonathan Klose over the summer, the latter having made the team of the year, as well as Arnaud Kalimuendo, their top scorer but a PSG loanee they couldn't afford to keep. According to Transfermarkt, those were 3 of their 4 most valuable players, but remarkably it hasn't knocked the blood and gold. At present, only 6 teams across Europe's top 5 leagues have conceded fewer goals than them, and all of those have played fewer games, while by expected goal difference per 90, the team ranks 12th in Europe's top 5 leagues, above Liverpool, Milan and Brighton. Powered by Belgian wonderkid Loïs Openda, Lens have lost just 3 matches, bested by only Bayern, Napoli and Barca, and if they do make the European spots, it'll be their first continental competition in 15 years, before Raphael Varane made his debut for them. Let's hope they end the drought. 7. Everton. We're cheating a little on this one. Everton was so bad before the arrival of Sean Dyche that the only way was up. But a team placed 19th in the Prem shouldn't be able to sell a £40 million player and get better, so we thought the Toffees' improvement after Anthony Gordon's January departure deserved a little attention. Prior to the Englishman's move to Newcastle, Everton were truly abysmal, with 15 points from 20 games, the 4th worst attack in the division and the 2nd worst defence, while they were the only team to win fewer than 4 games before the end of January, tasting victory on only 3 occasions. But post-Gordon they've played 7 matches and taken 10 points, good for 54 across a full campaign, while by XG per game their attack is 8th in England, and the rearguard ranks above 6 of their rivals, despite playing Arsenal twice and Liverpool in that time. There's no guarantee it'll be enough, with predictions website 538 giving Everton a 46% chance of going down. But if they do stay up, it won't be because of Gordon, but in spite of his contribution. 6. Benfica. Since 2000, no club has made more in player sales than the €1.6 billion Benfica have pulled in, and even by those standards, this year has been exceptional, seeing the Portuguese giants make over €260 million, most of it from Enzo Fernandez and Darwin Nunez. And those sales should have been devastating. Nunez scored 34 for the club last year, but they still only finished 3rd, leaving them with 1 trophy in 3 seasons, compared to 6 in the 3 before that. But while they may not have brought in players as good, their key signing was in the dugout, Roger Schmidt. An overperformer everywhere, from Austria to Germany to China to the Netherlands, the 56-year-old has brought his customary high pressing to Lisbon, and Benfica have lost just one league game to date, down from 6 last year, are 8 points clear in first place, and they're into the quarters of the Champions League, advancing unbeaten from a group with Juventus and PSG and scoring 23 in 8 games, second most in this year's competition. Only 9 points short of last year's total with 10 games left, the club could yet beat their record of 88 points. That's one way to shake the selling club label. 5. Lille. After the glory of their 2021 title win, Lille seriously dropped off last term, falling to 10th, and all the signs pointed to another decline in 2023. A host of key players left in Botman, Renato Sanchez, Amadou Onana and Zeki Çelik, 4 players who averaged 29 appearances and 2,000 minutes apiece in 21-22. That hole felt too large to fill. But as with Benfica, the right manager can make all the difference, and Lille smartly tied up Paulo Fonseca, then most recently linked with the Tottenham job. While Les Dogues are only 6th in France at the time of writing, Fonseca's work is visible in their stats, with the second best XG difference in the division, suggesting they should be second. Jonathan David has made the leap to superstardom, currently sitting on 23 goal involvements in 26, while 5 of their 6 most used players are 23 or under, and they're league best at disrupting opponents, holding the opposition to a 76% pass completion on average, the lowest in France. With the whole team committed to this style, it will be easier for Lille to recruit in future and make them less reliant on individuals, giving them a clear path back to the top. PSG probably aren't attentive enough to be scared, but they should be. 4. Real Sociedad. Is there a more overlooked coach in Europe than Imanol Alguacil? The Basque tactician, who came through Sociedad's academy as a player, has been in charge of La Real since 2018, and in that time has finished 9th, 7th, 5th, 6th and now sits 4th, putting the club on course for just their 3rd top 4 finish since 1999. This season he faced his stiffest challenge after Alexander Isak made the €70 million jump to Newcastle, and Alguacil was allowed to invest just $50 million of that, but still somehow has made it work. The hardest pressing side in Spain, up from 4th last season, Sociedad have gone from 1.6 points per game to 1.8, and they dominate territory like an elite side, as you can see from these charts from the Panellists showing their control in blue alongside Real Madrid's. And that means that when they win the ball they can attack quickly even without top level talent, in fact sitting just 7 goals shy of their total for the whole of last campaign with 13 matches of the season left to play. To make this even more impressive, star forward Oyarzabal has played just half the minutes available, suggesting there's even more to come next year. Who knows where the ceiling might be. 3. Manchester United. No one would have confused Manchester United for a good team in 2021-22. Cristiano Ronaldo up top was a huge problem for their fluidity and work rate, ranking 6th in the Prem for possession and 12th for pressing. But the Portuguese was their only true difference maker, delivering 18 goals in 23 league starts to haul the Red Devils up to 6th. Losing a man responsible for 37% of their goals should have killed United, but Erik ten Hag wisely prioritised a change of culture over servicing the superstar, handing Ronaldo just 500 minutes before the striker's explosive interview with Piers Morgan let him cut the veteran entirely. And the decision has been borne out in every department. United have taken 2 points per game post-World Cup compared to 1.9 before. They've scored more and conceded fewer, and bar a 7-0 humiliation at Anfield, the atmosphere has only improved, thanks to a first trophy in 6 years and a strong showing in the FA Cup. With Chelsea, Liverpool and Spurs all stumbling, a solid showing from United has made them top 4 material and contenders for 3 trophies. The Ten Hag era is starting well. 2. Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund are used to selling stars. The club has made over €700 million since 2017 and is likely to add another chunk to that when Jude Bellingham inevitably makes his move this summer or next. But Erling Haaland's departure could have killed them, one of the best forwards in the world leaving at 21 and before he had even had a chance to do much in Germany. The loss has been felt. Dortmund's attack is down from 1.9 xG per 90 to 1.76, and significantly down on actual goals, with Haaland's incredible finishing last season seeing the club net a staggering 21 goals more than XG would have predicted. But despite that, the team overall is much the same, pressing slightly harder and going from 13 shots a game to 15, ultimately putting them on track to take 71 points by season's end, 2 ahead of last year, and a total beaten by just 1 of their last 6 campaigns. Even to stand still with Haaland gone would have represented a success, but to edge forward augurs well for Dortmund's future, especially with the 4th youngest squad in the Bundesliga. One good window and the glory days could be back again. 1. Napoli. Napoli could have had a rough time this season. In fact, they made our list of potential flop teams over on FD in August. But while that may seem stupid now, they did lose Insigne, Mertens and Koulibaly, 3 of their 10 most capped players of all time, and responsible for 284 goals for the Partenopei over a combined 1,148 appearances for the club, as well as Ospina and Fabian Ruiz, their starting keeper and most used midfielder in 21-22. Meanwhile, their incomings included a restoration project in Tanguy Ndombele, a centre-back from Fenerbahce in Kim Min-jae, and an unknown Georgian winger called Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, hardly screaming easy Scudetto. But Kvaradona has established himself as one of the league's best, delivering 20 goal involvements in 21 starts so far, and the team as a whole has got better in every regard, going from 1.9 goals a game to 2.3, from allowing 0.8 to 0.6, and putting themselves on track for 99 points, a tally which would rank 2nd all-time in Serie A. Whether they could survive selling Osimhen as well is debatable, but Napoli are one of the European elite and destined to lift the 3rd title in their history. For a club and a city so often disregarded and disrespected, it's only right they overcome expectations to do so. So those are 10 clubs who sold a superstar and got better, but who else could we have included? Let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, drop us a like and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and you'll never miss an upload. We'll see you next time.